The heart of Western Kenya political storm is brewing, pitting two of the region's most outspoken leaders against each other. On July 9, 2025, Nzoia Governor George Natembeya stepped into a hornet's nest during a radio interview. His words were blunt. The Luhya community, he claimed, is trapped in a cycle of poverty, overrepresented in low-paying jobs like house helps, watchmen, and grave diggers. Quote, "Someone gives birth in Murang'a and they immediately want a house girl from Vihiga. Someone wants a watchman, they will look for a Luhya," Natembeya said, pointing to systemic marginalization and poor political choices as the root causes. His remarks were meant to rally the Luhya community for better representation, but they sparked outrage instead. Most notably from Mumias East Member of Parliament Peter Salasya.
And the consequence has been that the second largest community in Kenya in terms of just numbers, demographics, numbers, and even in terms of voters. I think we're the poorest community in this republic. You go and look at the way our people live and the kind of menial jobs that they do all over the place. Somebody gives birth in Murang'a, they want to get a house girl from Vihiga, somebody wanting a watchman, they're looking for a lawyer, you go to the grave diggers, the lawyers.
Are you saying there's a stereotyping to the Luhya community?
Completely, and because of the way we have played our politics, we've not been able to negotiate properly for the national cake. These jobs are there and they must be done by somebody. But why should my community be the predominant one in those menial jobs? We should be sharing, all of us. And I think that message is resonating very well with our people. And then number two, the girls who've been on that table, the negotiating table. That table is actually that people sit down, they share the national cake. It's not something that's just academic. The girls who've been there is Mudavadi and Wetangula. Can they account for their time? Over 70 years combined on that table. What have they done even to just transform the life of the people, even just in terms of infrastructure, water, roads, and all these things?
Salasya, a first-term parliamentarian known for his populist flair and unfiltered social media presence, didn't hold back. On July 9, 2025, he took to X, slamming Natembeya for what he called, quote, "politics of tribal cards." In a post that quickly went viral, Salasya expressed his disappointment, accusing the governor of fueling division for personal gain. Quote, "I really don't want to be seen as fighting Western leaders, but I feel so sorry when I see my friend Natembeya talking politics of personal selfish interest," he wrote. "These politics of tribal cards is what is messing us up as a country." The post, which garnered thousands of reaction, set the stage for public showdown that is now gripping Western Kenya.
Mimi nataka niongee, and I want to speak this with a lot of authority. My brother, uliongea na hizo Natembeya, uliongea siasa yako kwa MKTN, ama Spice, whatever. And what you said, as a Luhya, I come from a Luhya community. But what you said, mimi haijanifurahisha. You demean our people like watchmen, you demean our people like slaves. Kwa hiyo unajua hata mimi niko na rafiki yangu, yeye babake ni watchman, na from that watchman amesomesha yeye. Saa hii huyo kijana rafiki yangu anafundisha an international school getting about 200,000. So you going to tell the entire nation that we are community, we are watchmen, we are, instead of you telling the people that watchman is also a job like any other jobs.
Let's unpack Natembeya's claim first. As the governor of Nzoia, Natembeya has built a reputation as a bold advocate of Luhya empowerment. His radio comments were part of a broader call for a community to demand stronger political representation. He argued that Luhyas, despite being one of Kenya's largest ethnic groups, are sidelines in national resource allocation. By highlighting their prevalence in low-paying jobs, Natembeya aimed to underscore systemic inequalities, urging leaders to negotiate better for the community. But this choice of words, calling out specific roles like house helps and grave diggers, struck a nerve, with many, including Salasya, interpreting it as shaming the very people he claims to represent.
I say that not just because I want to advance the interests of the Luhya community, but I know there are also very many other communities who are suffering the same. If your voice is on that table, you are ignored. So can we just have that table that looks at the interests of every community in this republic, so that everybody gets their fair share and gets a fair shot in this country? That's all I've been talking about. So the total interest, a lot of interest in Western, is because there are people who, in the arithmetic, they know that without Western, they cannot win anything. And I believe when the current president knows that without Western and the mountain is gone, how is he going to get the presidency in 2027? And when you appear to be locking Western and locking them out, they become a bit jittery. And that's why you see a lot of venom, even from fellows who operate from State House. They're always talking about me everywhere. You go to the Senate, somebody just stands on a point of order, a completely irrelevant subject, but has to mention my name there. It's because of the political threat and the political hit that I feel that for the first time.
Salasya's response wasn't just a defense of Luhya community, it was personal. On July 10, 2025, he doubled down on X, posting a throwback photo of himself doing manual labor in 2019. Quote, "Luhya community, we are not choosy and selective. We work with what is within our power to sustain our families. Unlike others," he declared, "I would rather be a maid, a watchman, or a grave digger than be idle." The photo and message resonated with many of his followers, who see Salasya's rag to riches story as a symbol of resilience, but he didn't stop there. Salasya turned the tables on Natembeya, questioning his record as governor. He pointed to areas like Matisi in Saboti constituency, where jobless youths are reportedly turning to crime. Quote, "My brother, you are the governor of Nzoia and Kitale town alone. Your country is bleeding with many jobless youths at Matisi. What have you done as governor in terms of creating job opportunities other than goons in Kitale town?" Salasya charged. Natembeya wasn't about to let that slide. On July 10, 2025, he hit back in an interview with the local media outlet, dismissing Salasya as, quote, "unqualified to weigh in on the Luhya marginalization debate. Salasya is a person who lacks public experience. You cannot be a leader and speak like that," Natembeya said, taking a jab at the Member of Parliament pre-parliamentarian work, which he claimed was unrelated to his academic background. The governor's sharp rhetoric escalated the feud, drawing battle lines between two leaders who both claim to champion the Luhya cause.
Lakini kuongea atiweza uende kwa table uongee kunegotiate. What are you talking about kunegotiate? And just because at sisi ni mates and now you want to do. What are you talking about? You're the governor. Tell us about your youth program, empowerment program. Like for my case, I've done so much programs in my constituents. Women empowerment, youth empowerment program. Even others that na launch, nimepeleka watoto through the TTI partnership with CDF, Commercial Kenya Commercial Bank. That is the leadership that we're looking for. Lakini siasa ya kuinsight atuambie ndio uonekane atueni. Okay, me am a national leader. Nyinyi ndio mnabado mnafanya. Nyinyi wewe kina wetamu mnafanya hizo vitu zenu za local.
Public reaction has been intense. X posts show a divided audience. Some users rallied behind Natembeya, arguing that his critique of systemic issues was valid and necessary. Others backed Salasya, praising his defense of the Luhya work ethic and his call for unity. On X, users want Salasya to stop fueling division with inflammatory remarks against George Natembeya, suggesting his comments could have, quote, severe consequences. The clash has also sparked broader conversations about leadership in Western Kenya, a region that has long sought greater political clout. With the 2027 general elections looming, both Salasya and Natembeya are positioning themselves as key players. Salasya has openly declared his presidential ambitions, while Natembeya is rumored to be eyeing a national role.
Masuala ya jamii zote inapangiwa, Mluhya atakuwa kwa hiyo meza. Watu kunyanyazwa tena hatutaki. Wale viongozi ambao mnataka ndio tuongea nao, si ndio? Hakuna mambo ya kudictate. Mluhya 2027 lazima anaokoka.
The feud raises bigger questions about unity in Western Kenya. National Assembly Speaker Moses Wetangula, another prominent Luhya leader, has previously called for regional leaders to avoid public spats that weaken communities by gaining power. Yet, This clash shows no signs of cooling down. Salasya's confrontational style, which has landed him in legal trouble before, including arrest for alleged assault and incitement, continues to polarize. Natembeya meanwhile remains a formidable figure, leveraging his experience as a former regional commissioner to bolster his influence. What's next for Western Kenya? This feud could either galvanize the region to address systemic issues or deepen divisions, undermining the Luhya community's political leverage. As Salasya and Natembeya trade barbs, the stakes are high, not just for them, but for the millions they claim to represent. Will this clash lead to meaningful dialogue, or is it just another chapter in Kenya's fractured political story? Only time will tell. For Maisha TV, I'm William Juma.